Namaste friends, welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Today's practice is inspired for giving gratitude and giving thanks for Thanksgiving is 2 days away if you are from America, and if you are not, we can always give gratitude. Gratitude is a great way to just boost us up and help us realign. Join me on your mat, unroll the mat. Even if the edges are rolling up, I like to sometimes put a pillow or a blanket. And if you have a blanket, this is a home practice, or a little pillow you would like to begin in our Sukhasana, our crisscross applesauce, pause this and go grab that. Blanket is going to be for support of our body, and so is the pillow. Allowing yourselves to simply ground down, to find that crisscross applesauce, that easy pose that works best for you. Finding length in the spine, maybe gently closing the eyes, or finding a drishti. In yoga we use a visual point, a fixed visual point that helps us find that calm and that cool within. You can find a mudra if you would like. You can find Gayana mudra or Anjali mudra or whatever, just palms raised up to the sky here. Allowing ourselves, letting go of whatever was before this and whatever's after this. Allowing all of our feelings and our thoughts and emotions to just be. Taking a breath down into the belly and letting it go. A breath down into the belly and letting it go. Beginning with the Nadi Sodhana, the alternate nostril breath. If you have a pluggy nose, it is winter time here, so my nose has been a little pluggy, but I did blow my nose. So if you want to pause this and blow your nose real quick to clear the nasal passages. Alternate nostril breath can be done with the dominant hand or whatever hand feels best for you. Ring finger and thumb. Ring finger, if you are a righty, is going to be on your left nostril, thumb on the right. If you are lefty, thumb on the left and ring finger on the right. Or you can do the hang 10 if that works best. Or you could do middle finger, thumb. You can also do pointer if that works best for you. Whatever works best for you, find the alternate breath that works best. I personally like to put 2 fingers, my pointer and my middle, on my third eye, and put ring finger on left nostril and on the right. So just allowing yourself to let go. If you're sliding off of your meditation cushion, that's okay. Just finding that length. Breathing in a breath, plugging the right nostril. Breathing in a breath. In through the left. Out through the left, plugging. Exhaling, letting go the right. Breathing a deep breath in. Letting it flow through the left side, exhaling. Only through the nose, inhaling in. Taking a moment to pause. Exhaling out of the right. Inhaling in through the right. Exhaling out. Allowing this breath to be an anchor. This breath is balancing of our solar and our lunar aspects, our feminine and our masculine sides, flowing with the breath on one side. Exhaling deeply, inhaling. This breath is great for overwhelm, for stress, anxiety, for balance. This breath is just great if you're having one of those moments where life feels like it's so much and there's nothing that you can do. You can just have your breath. So if you don't have time for this whole practice and all you have time for is to do this pranayama, then let that be what you can do today. If all you can breathe today, that is enough, my friend. Exhaling out through one nostril. Inhaling. Pausing and letting it go. Taking 3 more cycles at your own pace. A cycle is going to be complete on both sides. And as you complete your third cycle, or maybe you need a few more and that's okay, and you can take a few more breaths, allowing yourself to feel the effects of this pranayama, feel the effects of this breath work, tying in our breath with our life force. And just notice how you feel, allowing judgment to be let go, allowing thoughts of, maybe I didn't do that right, I'm not feeling anything. Whatever thoughts are coming in, just let them be, and just be here. And know that whatever you did was exactly what you needed to do in this breath. Gently bringing hands, palms, kissing palms to Anjali Mudra, to the heart space. Allowing the thumbs to rest on the chest. Opening up the hands, maybe like a turkey, if you will. Gobble, gobble, gobble. It's almost Thanksgiving, friends. We don't always have to be so serious in life and yoga. We can just have fun too. And setting an intention for yourself for this practice. My intention today, if one hasn't came to you, you can borrow mine, is gratitude, giving thanks. In this moment, bringing in a breath into your heart space. We're bringing in the words, I am thankful for. And fill in 5 things that you are thankful for. I know it's easy to grab onto the bad. If you need some help, I am thankful for my bed. I'm thankful for my healthy body. I'm thankful for my feet. I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my family. That was 6, but holding what you are thankful for, my friends. Beautiful breath in. Inhale, raising the arms up high to the sky. With the right hand, grabbing the left wrist and just gently pulling, expanding and opening up the ribs on the left side while compressing on the opposite side. Allowing yourself to trust me, listening to your body, deepening with the breath. Inhaling, deepening with the exhale. Exhale, floating the arms down. Inhale, raising up, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand and gently pulling, not tweaking or twerking too much. Compressing the ribs on the left side and expanding on the right. Big breath in and letting it go. Whether or not you are a daily practicer of yoga, or if you're just a beginner, or if you have fallen out of the practice and are coming back, allowing yourself to let go of any judgment that you may be putting on yourself. Maybe you're feeling out of shape, or maybe you're feeling really in shape, maybe you're trying to rush to the next moment, and just allowing yourself to enjoy the journey of this practice today. Exhaling both of the arms down to the back, posting high up, opening up the heart here for a heart opener. I'm going to drop down my pillow, putting both feet onto the mat. In yoga, we have 4 points of the feet. There's 2 in the front pad and 2 in the heel, allowing those to connect down to the earth. And this heart opener, so pressing into the earth, you could be up high on the points of your hands or down low, opening up the heart here. Inhale, raising up the left foot, and if you need to drop the right down a little bit, we're going to do a seated figure 4 here. Inhaling, pressing that foot into the earth, allowing that heart to open and that hip to open. I love a seated figure 4 here. Allowing that hind, the hamstring and the glute here to really open up here. Expanding on the inhale, deepening on the exhale. Being here and not jumping to the next moment. Inhaling in. Rooting down through your sit bones. Opening up your heart. Envisioning your heart as the sun. And with every exhale, allowing a being to open. Allowing ourselves to open at our anahata. In yoga, our anahata is our energetic heart. And the sun, my friends, it shines in the back and the sides too, not just in the front here. Slowly exhaling, you can round at the shoulders, allow that foot, maybe taking a little ankle roll. Maybe it's creaky and poppy. I have really creaky poppy ankles, have lots of air in my joints. grounding the left foot into the earth, and if you need to slide forward, using that core strength. Even when we're seated, we are using that core strength, and no matter what your perception of your core is, it is strong. Your core holds you up all day. It's amazing. Grounding that left foot into the earth, finding that length in the spine. My spine is like wanting to do this hunchy back thing, so really finding that length, tucking that chin, allowing that stretch, equally pressing into the foot as the thigh is pressing back into the ankle here. Feeling that stretch in the hip crease, the back of the glutes, the side of the hamstring, the back of the hamstring, expanding the breath through the ribs. Bursting your sun, allowing your heart light to shine, and exhaling it out. Allow yourself to let go of any nerves. If your house is quiet, if it's loud and noisy, my kids are in the basement and they might come up, and that's okay, and letting go of that. Sometimes when I'm doing these, I'm like, oh my gosh, my kids, they come up and they ruin the whole yoga bliss. They don't, they're just kids, and it's just life, and this is a home practice, and that's what is the gift about this home practice. Exhaling slowly to feet down to the earth, coming for a crisscross applesauce, and turning, if you're facing forward or sideways, turning and coming in on all fours on that tabletop. I am on my hard floors here, so I'm going to use a blanket, my friend. And fold this blanket nicely. We're always taking care of everyone so kindly. And then when it comes time to ourselves, I know as a mom, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. Removing those wrinkles. Finding that wide open starfish hand here, wide open on the hands here. Pressing the hands into the earth here. Tuning into the knees, the alignment of the hips over the knees. Just peeking behind and just noticing, how is your body? How are you feeling? Are you feeling any pain anywhere? Do you have a tight spot from a weird dream? Did you crick your neck? Like, tune in. Maybe just give a little love and attention. Bring that light from your sun into that spot. And breathe it in. Maybe if your neck is feeling a little tight, taking a few little gentle neck rolls. You could use your nose as a guide and just draw a little circle and spiral it out in one direction. Exhaling, not hopping to the next one, next minute, just being here. Slowly rotating the opposite direction. Really tuning in, setting in for some cow and cats, taking it slow and steady. Inhale, raising up the spine like a black cat on Halloween. You know those pictures, soft, bent, gentle bend to the elbows. And feeling what it feels like in that spine. Taking one beautiful breath into the heart space. Bringing that light from the sun in and letting it go. On the exhale, dropping the navel. Allowing the chin and the tail to journey up high to the sky. And just feeling what that feels like in your spine here. Taking in a breath. And letting it go. And at your own pace, taking a few cow and cats at your own pace. If you want to go slow, if you want a more vinyasa flow through it, you can. But if you want to take it more slow and restorative, just be here. This is your practice. I'm just a guide. I'm just here to help you. This is your practice. Wonderful work, my friends. Maybe wagging out your tail here. Gently dropping down onto the forearms. Crisscrossing at the elbows here, finding that shoulder stance on the earth. Pressing the hands into the earth, coming in for a happy puppy. And maybe walking the knees back a little bit. Driving those sit bones back. And wagging your tail here. Finding that strength through the core. And maybe if you want, you can just press those sit bones back a little bit and let that forehead rest on the earth. And find that little happy puppy that feels good for you. Feeling in the shoulder joints, feeling in the biceps. Even the outer edges of the pecs. Feeling what that feels like, stretching back. Sinking those sit bones back. Allowing yourself to just be where you are. Expanding on the inhale. Exhaling. Breathing in a breath of giving thanks. Exhaling thanks to your environment. Thinking of 3 things that you are thankful for. For the winter season, for this upcoming holiday, for friends and family, whatever it is. Slowly and mindfully coming up and just feeling what that feels like. Walking those hands back. Setting up for your Adho Mukha Savasana, your downward facing dog. So before you just power and blast into your down dog, allow yourself to really set up. Press those hands into the earth, about one whole handprint above the shoulders. Wide open starfish hand, grounding through the pointer and the thumb. I have a wider shoulder stance, and it feels so much better if I extend my pinky and even my ring finger sometimes off the edge of the mat. If you're more petite, keeping your hands just like slightly outside of your shoulder stance. Rolling the biceps out, allowing the eyes, the bend of the elbows to roll out. Slowly pointing up and taking it slow, engaging at the core, tucking in, slowly journeying up, just slowly driving those sit bones back. Inhaling in a breath. Pressing those sit bones up to the earth, allowing the shoulder blades to drop open. Sliding apart from each other. Letting go of judgment of wherever your heels are on the mat is exactly where they need to be. So not judging yourself of my heels are up high or down too low, whatever. Just allowing yourself to be. Sinking that heart in towards the thighs. Big breath in here, just allowing yourself to be here in this beautiful inversion. Down dogs are wonderful poses. It is the science about getting our heart elevated above our head that is good for headaches, for even migraines, if you're having a migraine attack, getting inverted, getting headstands, even doing something like the plow pose, or even just getting in a down dog here, or the rabbit's pose is a great pose. You can help yourself if you're feeling really sad and like having mild depression, and just being right here in this moment. Giving thanks for this inversion and just checking out the perspective of the room around you. Maybe you're looking and you're seeing like some mess on the floor, you're at home and you're like, oh God, I need to do my dishes, I need to vacuum the floors, blah, blah, blah. Nope, just giving thanks, like thank you house, thank you dishes. I'm exactly where I need to be. Thank you home, giving gratitude to everything around you, even if it's a mess, even if it's clean, whatever it looks like, just being grateful for where you are. Posting the right foot into the earth and lifting with the heel, opposite foot up high to the sky. Inhaling and tucking, coming into a plank here, bringing the knee up to the chin. Exhaling, coming to that one-legged dog. If you're shaking, that's okay. Inhale. On the exhale, pushing up high. Coming in for a little flow, inhaling and tucking. Find that inner strength. Exhaling long. Inhale to tuck to that plank, really opening up the shoulders. Exhaling, find that inner strength. Dropping the heel to the opposite glute to the booty. Opening up the heart. Allowing that heart light to shine. Inhaling a big breath in. And letting it out. Maybe rolling the ankle here. Not trying to jump into the next movement or moment. Just being, working through that shake. Slowly and mindfully journeying that foot up to the top of the mat, or planting wherever your foot goes. If you need a little helping hand, slow it down. Slowly dropping that knee down onto the blankets, planting the foot into the earth here. I'm kind of back on my mat a little bit. I'm going to scooch up, being wherever's comfortable for you on your mat today. Tuning into that front foot in the four corners, the hind foot, really being aware of where your hips and your knees are. If your knee is on the outside or the inside or too far forward, same goes for here, aligning the ankle over the knee. Keeping hips in alignment, making this beautiful 90-degree angle here. Tuning into that body and just slowly taking the slow coming forward here. Dropping down, feeling the stretch in the back of the glutes and the hamstrings. This feels so good. Not wanting to be anywhere else, but just here. Expanding on the inhale. Deepening on the exhale. Feeling that beautiful open stretch here. Maybe you're feeling sore, maybe you haven't done yoga or a workout in a while, and just feeling what it feels like in your body. Feel what it feels like in your hip. My hip's feeling good after that hip opener. And slowly walking back. Walking back to what feels good. If it feels good to just stay here, you can stay here. If you have a little bit more mobility and you're wanting to come back a little bit deeper, then do so. Come back, you can actually sit all the way back. You can actually grab a pillow here. You can walk the hands back. You can even point the heart up. You can keep a soft bend to the knee. Drop the feet back. If you want to go a little bit further, driving the hips up to the sun, soft bend to the knee, opening up the heart here. You're feeling it in the quad in the front, so we're doing the total opposite. But if you're only here, that's okay. Being wherever feels good for you in your body, but just I want to offer some different variations because we're all different. Our bodies are all at different places all over the world, all different people. Coming forward here. So option to stay down here on the knee, or option to, I'm feeling like I want to get up and move my body a little bit more. So I'm going to post up, but there's always an option to stay down on that blanket here. Setting the feet up like they're on a set of skis. Front foot facing the short edge of the mat. Back hind foot also facing the front edge of the mat. Hugging the thighs together here. Inhaling, pressing the foot on the inside, the hand on the inside of the foot into the earth. Mine is my left, yours could be your right. Exhaling, twisting here. Finding that strength. If you're losing your balance, it's okay. Really corseting that strength around your core. It's like we have this belt of muscles. Option to bend here. I am shaking. My body is feeling like, wow, this is crazy, and that's okay. Keeping the shoulders stacked over shoulders. You can keep this little dolphin or shark fin, or option to exhale and raise it on up. Option to take a little freeing movement here. This is one of those reasons I fell in love with yoga, is just the grace and the ease, and that you can take a little bit of self-expression. You can be free to do things that feel good for you. And your body working through the shake. It's okay, I'm shaking. Yeah, I'm shaking. People shake. People often think, oh, you're a yoga teacher. You practice yoga all the time. You don't shake, you don't get tired. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we all do. Exhaling. The opposite hand on the outside of the foot. Inhaling, raising that arm the opposite direction. Option to keep that bend here. Option to shoulder stacking over shoulders. Option to find that little grace. I brought my crystals, my friends. Here we have a quartz crystal. I have this other blue stone. It is a chakra balancing stone. I have the stone for spiritual chakra, and I also have the sexual and creative stone, which is awesome. Help balance our chakras. I'll send that out to you. Working through that shakety shake, 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 slowly exhaling that knee down to the earth. Woo! Mine is shaking. Exhaling back to the tabletop. Whoa. And just feeling the difference there, friends. What does it feel like? It is, whoa, it's a little wacky in there. Maybe shaking out the hips a little bit, that's okay. Now, tuning into the opposite side of the body, really tuning into the knee and the hip, hind foot. And, oh, no, we need to do our down dog. I'm trying to skip forward, friends. We're going to go back to that down dog, so opening those hands up, shooting those sit bones back up high to the sky. So even if we forget, we can always remember. Bringing it on back to that down dog, walking out that dog. Opposite foot, mine is my left, whatever you're on, up high to the sky, driving that heel up high. Inhaling, tucking the chin to the chest, coming in for a plank. So slowly feeling that difference. We're using our core, we're using our shoulders, we're really working it. Exhale, pressing high up. We're going to do 5 of these. 5, inhaling. You've got this. 4, raising it up. 3, 2, holding here. Last one. 1, inhaling. And if you want, you can push it. 0. I do these workouts sometimes with this couple, and he always says 0. I'm like, why are you saying 0? But sometimes it's funny. Slowly journeying that foot forward. That 0 always gets me. It's hilarious. Tuning the foot in to the front edge of the mat. And now we know the drill. Coming forward, hinging at the hips here. Allowing that foot to stay connected to the earth here. Feeling the stretch in that hip crease, in the glutes, in the thigh, in the hamstrings. Feeling it in both the sides of the body. Expansive breath into the heart, bringing that heart light, breaking through that shell. Maybe your heart is feeling a little closed today. Maybe if you can just get one little beam, one little ray of light out, that will be good today. And maybe you're feeling like really open and it's like you have a shell over your heart and you can just like punch holes and light's coming through. Slowly exhaling to whatever feels best for you. Again, if you need to stay here, that's fine. If you're feeling like you want to go back and get a deeper stretch, you can drop back, putting the hands down on the earth, allowing that front knee if it needs to stay bent, or if you can drop it open. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can drive both of the hip bones up high to the sky, open that heart light, soft bend to the elbows, humble tuck to the chin here. Big breath in. I'm really feeling it in my glute, my hamstring in the front, on my bent leg, and it feels really freaking good. Just basking in this, exhaling, sinking down. Slowly walking forward and tuning into whatever works best for you. If you were down on the earth on the opposite side, I suggest you stay down so you can find that balance. Or if you were up, try to go up. But if you need to come down, that's okay. Hugging the thighs in together, turning on that core that's corsed like a belt around the front and the back, all the way around. Really hugging those glutes and thighs in. Exhaling. For me, it's the right hand on the inside of my left foot, or it will be your right foot and left hand. Exhaling, taking that twist in that body, working through the shake. Exhaling, expanding, deepening on the inhale, letting it flow. If you need to keep a bend here, that's awesome. Work through the shake, breathing in a breath of gratitude. So grateful for this body, so grateful for this practice. Keeping that front knee bent, maybe deepening. If it's wanting to pull back, say, it's okay, we've got this. Exhale into neutral, placing the opposite hand on the outside. Finding that twist in the opposite side of the body. If you want to find a little free movement, you can. If you want to find that shark fin, dolphin fin. Thinking of one thing that you're grateful for. This practice, this day, a chance to start fresh. We're just being grateful that we're here together. Exhaling here, transitioning the hind foot, toes facing the long edge of the mat. We're going to come in for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So really tuning in to the feet. This would be a good chance to move that blankie out of the way. Windmilling, the arms up. I'm going to take a little break. I'm feeling really burny. So maybe straightening out that front foot. And actually, just taking a moment here. Just pausing. I'm going to pause. We're kind of in between, and that's okay. I'm going to take a breath. Sometimes you get those really energetic moments where all the energy rushes to your head, lightheaded, whatever, call it whatever you will. Just taking a moment to feel, to be in between here. We're all set up here for a triangle. Let's rock out a triangle. We were going to do Virabhadrasana 2. We'll do that next. Rocking out that triangle. Really grounding through the four corners of the feet in the front and the back. Triangle pose to me is just one of my favorite poses, finding length and the energy in the arms. It's a foundational pose where we connect all our mind, our body, and our soul as one. Soft bend to that front knee. Feel what that feels like to hinge at the hips. Rotating. Good day, Junie B. Dropping that front arm down. June's really good at the triangle too. You can drop the arm down, creating a triangle. How many triangles do we have, June? Do you want us to count?
3.
Watch here. If I bend here, count my triangles.
1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3. See, triangles. We're solid here.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, you sweet angel face.
You want to see this puppy from
Exhaling. Taking a big breath in triangle.
Joy says hello to you guys.
Your sweet angel. Exhaling the arms, finding that energy, letting it come all the way up from the earth, shooting out through your hands. Exhaling, now we're going to come into that Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, because that's what we're doing. Really pressing down into the four corners of the feet, almost like you're ripping the mat away from each other. Finding that strength from that core, corseting that core strength, finding that energy and that length in the arms here. And this is one of these basic yoga poses that I feel like we take for granted. We kind of skip over it, but this is one of my favorites. I think all of them are my favorites, but just cultivate what this feels like in this pose as you're grounded into the earth. Finding that bend in that front knee. As you peek down, you want to just see the tip of your big toe. If you're a little bit too far back, but if this is where your hamstring is, that's okay, but we want to work towards pressing that. But if you look down and you see no toes, we want to see some of our toes here. Finding that length of energy from arm, fingertip to fingertip. Pressing down the middle finger almost like we're like activating our energy. With my boys and my daughter, we like Star Wars here. So we are like Jedis, and this is our lightsaber, so you can find your lightsaber, your inner strength. You can awaken your force within, that kundalini energy, that energy within. And slowly, really grounding down, journeying the opposite arm down the thigh, and gently making a backwards high five here. As we're backwards high five, you can stay here, or you can take a soft little bind, which is just gonna reach around the back, or you can try to wrap it down. Jack's crying. That's what's happening right now. Opening up the heart here. Nothing like a crying guy on peaceful warrior here. Finding that peaceful warrior here. Are you okay, Jackie? Opening up the heart space. It's okay, he's gonna be okay, hopefully he's okay. And the doggy's coming, this is life. I'm grateful for the distractions. Finding that peaceful warrior. Are you okay, Jackie? And slowly bringing those arms. Okay, in a few minutes, okay? Hi. Bringing both feet facing me, facing you. Exhale, hinging forward for a wide-legged forward fold here. I have tighter hamstrings in this pose, so I need a nice generous bend to my knees, but I have students who can just crank it and just be like, boom, pow, head down to the earth, and that's fine. Whatever works best for you. Releasing the right hand underneath the heart here, wide open starfish hand. Taking a gentle twist, journeying with the opposite arm up high to the sky. Option to keep a bend here. These twists are so deeply detoxifying for our insides. If you've been following me, like I speak of, we're always worried about washing our bodies and our hair and our hands. And even in some cultures, they're worried about keeping their feet clean. But how often do we take time to clean out our insides, our internal organs? In yoga, when we twist, we're actually twisting and cleaning out. And we're squeezing out toxins within our bodies. Exhaling slowly, mindfully, releasing. Opposite hand under the heart, finding that twist, finding balance, twisting out those opposite organs inside. Option to shark fin, option to shackity make shack, stack shoulder over shoulder, the best that you can here. Finding that twist, being grateful and thankful. My sweet Joy Baloney, just laying down, finding his little puppy chill. Joy's really cute. He likes to do downward dog a lot. Slowly and mindfully exhaling. And walking the hands, so walking, facing the opposite foot, facing the short edge of the mat. So I have a puppy behind me, but I actually do need to bump my opposite foot a little bit forward so I'm set up more on a set of skis here, because otherwise if I'm on my tightrope, I'm gonna fall over. Really grounding down and rooting the feet into the earth. So for me, it's right, it's going to be your left facing the short edge and your right facing the opposite edge. If you're on the opposite side, you can kind of figure that out in your mind. As you're powered into the earth, windmilling, and slowly taking that up. If you need to take a soft little break, you actually do, because we're going to do the Trikonasana triangle pose here. So even though in yoga, when we are straightening out our legs, we want to always keep a gentle bend to our knees, because we want to keep the integrity of our joints. Our joints are so beautiful and intricate and amazing, and just keeping those intact. Finding that length and that strength in that body. Tuning into the hips. I can feel mine are trying to turn this way, keeping hips facing the long edge of the mat. Finding length and strength in the arms. Pressing that little middle finger button, activating the force within. Hinging from the hips. Exhaling along that arm. The arm can be up on the thigh, towards the knee, or down low. I even have students or even friends in my yogi classes who are just like cranking all down to the earth, just doing what feels best for you. Option 2, find that dolphin or shark fin. Being aware if that hip is falling in or out, opening the heart space. Finding a small smile inside and letting it reflect outside. And knowing that smiling is contagious. And today, maybe smiling, let's take away the maybe. Today, let's all smile at somebody who you normally wouldn't smile at. Maybe if you're feeling a little yucky about something and you would just keep your head down, put your chin up and smile. I know in the grocery stores, it's kind of psychotic right now. Exhaling the arms out, coming into that warrior 2. And really grounding and pressing into that front foot as you peek down. And people are kind of grumpy and like shoving past like everyone is so much more important than everyone else, but we're all the same. We're all the same people. We all have shitty stuff to do, shiitake mushroom sandwiches, lots of stuff to do. Finding length and strength in that Virabhadrasana warrior 2. Smiling at people, making eye contact, connecting to that light. When you look at someone, look for that reflection of light. That's really our light, our soul within. And looking at that and then smiling at that person. And you might change that person's day. Maybe not. I've had plenty of times where people won't smile back at me. Pressing down into that inner light, that force. But that's okay, because I'm putting love out. What you put out will come back to you. If you're putting out grumpiness and anger and madness, what's going to come back to you? Grumpy, anger, madness, probably some anxiety, some fear. But if we're putting out love, we're going to get love, my friends. Exhaling, allowing that arm to journey down. Coming in for that backwards high five for that peaceful warrior. This time it's a little more peaceful because we don't have a crying Jackie boy in our midst. And just know it's okay if you have a crying kid or a barking dog. Allowing the arm to be down, or you can just gently but find integrity and find some strength. Wrap it around, just let it rest on that booty. Or if you want to be Houdini, you can bring that arm around, that hand around and grab on the outside of the hip. I know for me, this was like a very crazy concept. I would look at yogis and be like, how are they contorting their body? Or even the other day, I saw a man who had his feet up and his feet were touching his tummy in Sukhasana. And I was thinking, that is crazy, but that's awesome. Good job, guy. Get that going. Anyways, silly banana me. Opening up, finding that peaceful warrior. Tapping into that inner thanks. And if you're feeling wobbly like me, because I'm kind of getting a little chatty, that's okay. Cultivate love and gratitude, my friends. Exhaling the arms long. Slowly heel toeing. Heel toeing. Bringing it up, bringing it up, bringing it up. Bringing it up. Heel toeing into Tadasana, the mountain. Just rooting into the earth. This is a pose where we often just try to jump over. This is such an important pose, my friends. Just feel. Taking a breath that radiates up through the soles of your feet. Let that breath rise all the way up to your heart. And let your breath push out with your heart. Breathe that breath in through your feet. And push it out. Bringing that image of the heart as the sun. Breathing that breath in. And letting your sun expand a little bit more. Just feel. You can let that imagery go or hold on to it and just feel. What do you feel like? What does it feel like in your body? Maybe you're feeling great. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you're hearing my kids hollering and being like, Shelly, what's happening? This is my real life and it's a home practice and this is what we're doing. And this is me showing up for you, showing up for me, showing up for you. Coming into a balancing pose, my friends, here. Tuning in for a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So my friends, if you have a wall, I suggest you get to the wall. If you don't have a wall, that's okay. You don't need a wall. But the wall is really helpful. I have this lovely painting I've been working on here for a really long time. And I'm going to be careful I'm not going to kick her. So I'm going to tune in. For me, I'm going to start on my right foot. So if you're just on your mat, that's totally fine, but if you have a wall, find that wall space. I'm gonna kind of overlap this way. So foot facing parallel to the wall, parallel side by side, feet facing forward, tuning into that foot, finding alignment and strength from the foot to the knee to the hip, hinging forward, using that core strength. As we hinge, allow this arm to come down, and you don't have to completely touch the earth if you don't want to. I'm almost done. Give me 5 more minutes. Finding strength in that core, in the hip, the glute, the hamstring on the outer side, finding length, so creating a line from the top of your head to your foot. Option to dolphin fin here, option to bring the arm long, like this beautiful half moon. And if you can touch the earth, you can. That's great. And if you need to stay up, that's great. So the whole point of the wall here is to help yourself keep in alignment. And if you're shaking, it's okay. This is a very shaky pose. It's this amazing balancing pose. The strength of the moon is within you. The half of the moon here. Taking 3 big breaths into the heart space. And letting it out. Big breath in. Working past the shape. Trying your best to not drop out of it if you need to for a minute, but come back in. Finding that strength and that burn, really finding that length. Trying your best to press that hip back onto the wall, arm onto the wall here. Finding length, the humble tuck in the chin. And slowly and mindfully journeying down. And coming in and just shaking it out. Oh, and just feeling that, my friends. Feeling all that energy, that Shakti energy that's coming within you, and just shaking it on out. Energy is so much everywhere. Ooh, that's actually beef broth. You don't want, that's bone broth. He doesn't want to eat that. It's for like a drink that you make. Yeah. Tuning into the opposite side. No, you won't like it. It's for your belly. Tuning the opposite foot down. So really being aware, as you push that foot into the earth, the hip is going to want to drop out. That's why we're on the wall. Keeping that hip up, finding length and alignment of the ankle, the knee, and the hip here. Pressing into the earth, hinging forward. Opening up the hip, finding that strength from the core that's going to radiate all the way to the glute and the hamstring. If you're falling off of your wall, that's okay. Finding that strength. I can actually put my hand on my baseboard. That works really good too. If you actually have a block here, I have one, but who knows where it is. A block works freaking excellent here. Opening up, finding the strength from the moon. Doing your best to try to keep this hip back. That hip is falling forward. That's okay, mine is, and that's okay. Finding length and strength. No cereal right now, thank you. No, thank you. Go put that away. We're almost done here. Big breath into the heart. I'm almost done too, not the time. Big breath into the heart. Working through distractions. Slowly and mindfully journeying that leg down and shaking it on out, my friends. As we shake it on out. Okay, and this is the practice. So as we're feeling strengthened and empowered, we're strengthened and empowered. Taking a moment to find length and strength in a volcano, arms up high to the sky. Exhaling, hinging forward, folding forward here, forward fold, Uttasana. Allowing the arms to ragdoll. Allowing yourself to just feel what this feels like. Forward folding here. From this forward fold, slowly allowing the body, ouch, yeah, cute little stinker. Yeah, this is real life practice at home. Coming forward into like a froggy, if you can. If you need to drop down to your knees, you can. Crisscrossing at the feet. Crisscrossing, coming to that booty for a little Sukhasana. Here, I have my blankie, which I'm going to grab my blankie and unfold it. Coming to laying down. My kids are all losing their attention span in being mean to each other. It gets a little frustrating. I get like that overwhelmed mama feeling like, oh, what am I doing? Ah! Okay, I'm doing this. I'm showing up right now here. Exhaling and slowly, it's okay. If you're a parent, you understand, right? And if you're not a parent, you might not understand because kids are wacky bananas. Using that core strength and slowly bringing back onto the earth. Bringing the head down. I have this little bun, so I'm going to let that free here. And gently inhale the knees up to the chest here for Apanasana, a double wing reliever. Even when we're on our back, we can still find this integrity in our feet here. So bringing in a breath of gratitude. You can imagine that there's paintbrushes or pens or pencils on your knees, and you could just draw a little shape to massage that lower back. Maybe you can make a little Thanksgiving turkey, or you could like sketch out a little pumpkin, a little shape of a squash. If you are not from America, and you might know about the Thanksgiving tradition, but my favorite Thanksgiving foods include, I'm actually vegetarian this year. I became a vegetarian about 6 months ago, and I was a vegetarian for 4 years, but I am now. So I love you, turkey, gobble gobble. But my favorite foods are, sorry turkey, not you, but cranberries, green bean casserole, and traditional mashed potatoes. Love, love, love just those 3 beverages like all day long. I love the turkey, but I'm just not into eating meat. But if you eat meat and love turkey, then woohoo, good for you, because my kids love meat. They're total carnivores, but for me right now, it's not for me. Exhaling the arms either to a cactus or out long, whatever works best for you. I'm going to use my pillow here. We're going to do a laying twist. My spine gets a little uncomfortable if I completely go all the way down, so I need a little support here. So if you notice that your spine feels a little wacky when you do it, just pause the video and go grab a pillow or 2. Exhaling the arms, inhaling from the core, twisting to one direction. And if your shoulders are popping off of the earth, one of your shoulders, then you definitely need that pillow or blanket or folded up towels. Breathing in a big breath into this twist. Allowing that heart light to shine. Tuning into gratitude. Good job, friends. Inhaling to neutral. Switching it up. Other side. Finding that twist from that core and just twisting into it and just relax into it. You can almost like, once you get into it, you can just almost flop it out and just feel. That feels so good. Thank you, thank you. Giving gratitude to our body. Gratitude to the practice. Wonderful work, my friends. Big breath into the heart space. One more time, maybe expanding that heart light, that anahata. Letting it shine. And gently with the cord. Tightening back up because we don't want to be floppy when we're moving. Coming back into the heart. And if you would like, I'm going to do a little bit of a happy baby here. You can either do half a happy baby. You can bend one foot. You can grab on the outside of the foot, inside the foot, or hook at the toe. You can do one little happy baby at a time if that feels good for you. But I'm going to go for the full happy baby. So doubling up both feet. If your feet can just stay here, that is great. If they can come up, bring them up. Like that little happy baby in the diapers. And just breathe in that gratitude. Giving gratitude for 2 things that you are grateful for today. If you're thinking, Shelly, I'm running out of things to be grateful for. There's something to be grateful for. Let's be grateful for our breath. Be grateful for all the happy babies that created this lovely pose because it's so lovely. Just feeling what that feels like, rocking side to side, bringing in a smile within. And slowly laying the legs long on the mat for Savasana, the pose of surrender. Allowing the legs to open up, the hands to face up, or if you feel like you need to be a little bit more grounded, you can put your hands on your tummy, on your heart space, whatever you feel like you need. You could even work the shoulder blades in and do a more heart opening Savasana, or just be, just let yourself be. Letting go at the toes and the heels, relaxing the ankles, letting go at the knees and the thighs, the glutes and the tummy and each vertebrae, melting at the throat, letting the tongue deepen, letting the cheeks go and the nose and the eyes, sinking and opening up at the third eye, letting the scalp relax. Taking a full body scan and allowing yourself to bring in that loving light from our heart space into wherever we're having pain, and to really bring in and cultivate gratitude today. And even if you're not feeling you're up to your best or your healthiest, still cultivating and bringing in the affirmation of I am healthy. I'm grateful for my health here. Breathing in a big breath into the heart space and letting it go. Taking the next few moments to just be in Savasana and to let go and to truly surrender, my friends. As you lay in your Savasana, I'm going to read to you a little verse from a book I've been reading. So you stay where you are and just let your body relax and let yourself be. Just show up for you. You're doing amazing, my friend. There's a reading. This is from Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching, and it's really been on my heart. It's this amazing book. Verse 43 today. The most yielding thing in the world will overcome the most rigid. The most empty thing in the world will overcome the most full. From this comes a lesson. Stillness benefits more than action. Silence benefits more than words. Rare indeed are those who are still. Rare indeed are those who are silent. And so I say, rare indeed are those who obtain the bounty of this world. Thank you so much, my beautiful friends. I'm so grateful for you in this practice. And I'm grateful for technology and this raw, unedited, just real life, me showing up for you. Bringing the hands to the heart center if you're still in Savasana. You can stay, or if you would like to join me in a seated Sukhasana, you may. Bowing your head to your heart, acknowledging the love and the light within you, and allowing yourself to acknowledge the love and the light within everyone today, and smiling at those who need it, which is everyone. Bringing the hands up to the third eye, and giving a namaste. Namaste, my friends. Cultivate gratitude and share this with someone you love or someone you feel who needs it. Give us a thumbs up. And when you feel grateful for something, say it out loud. Don't just hold it in here. Say it out loud. If you're grateful for somebody in your life, say, I'm grateful for you. And if you are feeling down, find something to be grateful for, because gratitude is a high vibration, and it will boost you up if you're feeling like anger or fear or anxiety. Gratitude is a high frequency, and it will dominate over those low frequencies, and it will literally pull you up. I'm deeply grateful for you. Thank you so much. Namaste, my beautiful, beautiful yogis. Love and light.